I went and got one of my old driving shoes here, and the purpose behind this is because I want you to see the bottom of it.
Because, man, I've been thinking for a while this is going to happen. Because these tracks, these road courses have so much runoff to go race on outside of the race course. And when you're off from it, and then it goes back to the race course, there's no room.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Hope everybody out there is having a great weekend. Man, if you just watched that Xfinity race, what just happened to Colin Zilisch and his victory lane celebration? God, man. You know, I usually don't do an episode following a race, but God, I feel so, I don't know. My thoughts and prayers are with this young man right now. If you don't know what happened, he fell during the victory lane celebration on top of the car or getting out of the car. A couple points that I want to point out, because, man, I've been thinking for a while this is going to happen. I see so many guys get slippery up there, especially when you got drink and everything else going on. And what I saw about this was his window net was outside the car. He was standing on it. It was slippery to start with, then putting his foot up on top of the car. And again, you got drinks spraying and everything else. Now, one of the other things that I want to point out about this right here is, I went and got one of my old driving shoes here. And the purpose behind this is because I want you to see the bottom of it. It's not like, regular tennis shoe or a boot or anything like that. They're pretty smooth, pretty slick for the most part. And, this is an older shoe, but I mean, kind of still the same in most aspects. So it's a very slippery situation to start with. Add in some liquids, especially that window net. I feel like that had a lot to do with this. But, man, I honestly, during that race, I was sitting there telling myself, this kid's going to be a Cup champion sooner than later. And, hopefully everything's good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is, but I will say this much. I do feel that there's probably going to be a concussion from this. I feel like there's probably going to be the concussion protocol for this. And it sucks so bad to be, and there's nothing funny about this, but I mean, irony, because this is a junior motorsports driver right now anyway. And everything that Junior went through with concussions. And I'm not saying that there's a concussion there. Hopefully, there's not. But I kind of feel like there's probably going to be. And the reason why I say this is because I myself had a concussion from hitting my head on concrete before. And it takes a little bit for it to kick in. For me, it was a few hours and the blurred vision started showing. And just different things. I've had multiple concussions, but the concrete was probably the worst one for me because your head's not inside a helmet doing all that stuff. You're hitting the concrete, and that's what it looked like happened. So again, man, my thoughts and prayers are with this young man. I hope everything's okay, and I hope you're back out there quickly, and hopefully next week. But anyways, man. That hurt. That hurt to see. But let's talk about the rest of the race right now. And obviously, we got to talk about Austin Hill. Austin Hill coming off of a suspension from Indy with getting into the back of Eric Almirola and right hooking him. And then we get out here this weekend, and I'm not saying that this was intentional anyway. I don't think it was intentional. But I think once the eyeballs are on you, the spotlight's on you for what just happened, you're coming back, that would probably be a good time to lift. Fall in, race the next lap, race to the finish, not make this happen. So I got to say, this wasn't a cool move for him to do. And I don't know what's going to happen following this. I don't think there'll be a suspension or anything like that, but I don't know if there's going to be something internally with Richard Childress that they take a look at this a little bit more. Because obviously, I mean, other teams are going to start getting pissed that you keep tearing up their stuff and possibly injuring their drivers. So it's something I think people are going to start taking a look at a little bit more to just break down. So, but I got on social media, especially on X, and I saw a lot of people talking really negative about it. And there's other people that were saying it's racing, it's rubbing, it's racing, things like that. And again, I agree. It was racing. I don't think it was intentional, but it wasn't a cool move to do, especially not this weekend. And I don't know what the policy is anymore, man, because you've heard different drivers say it. And, I talk about a lot of the old drivers a lot because there was a respect. People had respect because if they didn't, there's things that happened, not at the racetrack, but outside of that and everything else. And we've heard drivers talk about now that a lot of these drivers don't have respect for each other anymore. And I don't know if that's the case right here. If it's a respect problem or if it's just, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but something's got to change. And, but anyways, I got to go back to Connor Zilisch because, again, so many people are talking in these threads about Austin, and people are bringing up everything with the Connor Zilisch, Shane Van Gisbergen. And this is kind of the same aspect in a way. We're getting off the racing groove because these tracks, these road courses have so much runoff to go race on outside of the race course. And when you're off from it, and then it goes back to the race course, there's no room. And this is what's happened in both of these incidents right here with Austin Hill and with Connor. So I don't know. Is there something that makes this out of bounds? You can't race out there. I don't know. I really don't want to see that. But man, if you're driving and you got somebody outside of you that's off the race course and you just see a clear path and then boom, they come back on, you don't know whether to give them room or what to do. So it's I don't know. It's a very questionable thing, but I don't know what the answer is. But I'm just going to be honest with you right now, man. My mindset is on Connor Zilisch. I hope that young man's okay because he's a hell of a talent. And he was talking with the medical staff and everything else, so that's always a good sign. And but I would just hate to see this young man this early in his career have to start dealing with issues of a concussion that could carry over. We saw it happen with Dale. So get better, bud. And I know most everybody's going to be thinking about you tonight. So anyways, man, enjoy the race weekend. And as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.